I'm Val Arnold, and I am the inventor of my best friend's fork. I'm obsessed with my dogs. I don't have kids, so I definitely treat them like my kids. I'm guilty of feeding my dogs off of a fork, and I'm sure a lot of you do that as well. Well, it all came about because a long time ago I had 5 dogs at one time, and they would line up around me and I would feed them individually. And actually 3 of them would try to take the fork from my hand. And I told my husband, something's gotta stop this from going down their throat. They're gonna swallow the fork. So it was just recently that I was feeding my dog Grizz. Grizz tried to take the fork from my hand, and I freaked out and my heart sunk. And I'm like, there has to be something. I went online and I searched everywhere to see if there was a fork that was available for dogs so that they didn't swallow the fork. There was nothing except for a bunch of pictures with other people feeding their dogs off forks too, and then all of a sudden an x-ray with a fork in a dog's stomach. It made me sick. And it was an aha moment that I jumped up, I made one in the kitchen. I immediately found myself a patent attorney and hired her to do the entire search to make sure that there was none out there. And I can't believe it, but there wasn't a fork out there for dogs. I created something that will prevent them from swallowing the fork. Dogs will swallow anything, and especially if there's food on the end of it, they will take the fork and or try to take the fork. I'm not recommending that you necessarily feed your dog off a fork, but if you do feed your dog off any utensil, whether it be out of a can, the wet food, I hope that you will absolutely take into consideration the fact that they cannot swallow this fork. This fork stops the dogs from taking it from your hand, and also if they did have a chance where they did partially swallow the fork, it won't go down their throat and their mouth. This is designed for dogs, safer than a regular utensil because it is rounded. All of the prongs are rounded, the 2 inner ones are shortened, and as you can see, the handle wraps around your finger. Have you ever tried to give your dog a treat and he tries to take your hand with that treat? This will absolutely prevent that from happening. If you need to give them pills and they have a hard time swallowing the pills, I don't like to shove the pills down my dog's throat, so I entice them with a piece of food, of course. You can just wrap the pill in there and give it to them and they'll take it with ease. So I went to the veterinarian's office the other day and I showed him my best friend's fork. He explained to me how many thousands of people bring their dogs into the office a year, not necessarily just his office, but everywhere, for swallowing things such as forks and or other items. But if there's one item out there that can be prevented from swallowing, it's my best friend's fork. This is veterinarian recommended and approved. Also, do not ever feed your dogs garlic, onions, pork, chocolate, and grapes. Not only do we feed our dogs off of forks, people dress their dogs up, they are crazy about their dogs, we're obsessed. So I had to make sure I covered everything. I have a pink rhinestone for girls, a blue rhinestone for boys, and a diamond. If you know of a dog lover, they are going to love this. Whether it be for yourself or someone else, you should definitely get my best friend's fork. For the dog lover in your life, get my best friend's fork. www.mybffline.com. And like us on Facebook, My BFF Line. Thank you. It's forking awesome.